Well, hello there, Skywinders. Welcome back to another episode of Skywind007. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at this right here. This is the Yara 720p mirror Roadcam. So, I got this from, I believe, I got this from Amazon. And I'm going to put the price on the screen, which is an amazing price. As you can see, this is the best price I've ever gotten on a mirror dash cam. So according to the box, it has an HD recording of 720p high definition. The screen is 2.4 inch. It has motion detection, a G sensor, so it's going to have an accelerometer inside, and a digital clock. Sorry. So what's unique about this dash cam as opposed to the other ones that I've reviewed before? For the most part, it'll be this right here, the clock, the digital clock, which is showing the time and date all the time. So I do like that. It's not a big deal, but I do like that. And in my channel, I have reviewed before another dash cam by Yara. I think that's how you pronounce it, which is this one right here. This is just the instructions. And although that one came out very, very well, and I did like it, I do prefer these types of cameras right here, because this one uses a suction cup, so you can put it on the windshield, but it's always so obvious that it's there, so some lunatic might break your windshield just to take this type of camera, thinking that it's worth a lot, which is not really worth a lot. I believe this one was $20, so this one's even less than $20, but you can't see it because it hides away in your mirror. So if we look in the back, it's just a little bit of more information. So let's just open it up. Let me get my scissors. Okay, so this is pretty good. I'm very excited about this, and I believe you can get this at Walmart too. If not, just go to Amazon and you're gonna see it there. Okay, so overall this is looking fairly amazing. So here's this. I don't think you're gonna need this because these are fairly standard cameras, but this is not a generic rebranded camera. This is not a generic rebranded camera, I should say. If you're thinking that they just bought a regular, unbranded camera, threw it in this packaging and then called it Yara, that's not the case, because I am familiar with the generic unbranded cameras, and they do not have that clock, and I do like that clock. I know I sound a little bit silly, but that clock is interesting to have. So overall, I like the packaging, by the way. This is, for something that's less than $20, this is very, very good. So I want to thank Yara for making this. And by the way, I don't work for them, and I did pay for this, so I did not get this for free. Okay, so that's the version right there. On the back we have the version. We do have the Yara logo. So again, it's not a generic camera. It is made by them, or made specifically for them with their logo. Although the device does seem familiar, but it's not, it is customized for them. That's what I'm trying to say. So does it bring the memory right here? And it does. Let's see what kind of memory. It does have a 4. So it does have a class 10. That C10 means class 10, 4 gigabyte memory. So let me put it back right here. So you have to be careful. There we go. So over here is the charging port. So it has a mini USB, not a micro USB. So, but that is included right here. So it's no big deal. And on the front, of course, it's just when it's turned off, it's just a mirror, and it does have a power button over here. Power. I believe this is when you navigate through the different types of modes, or this could be mode, I'm not sure, we're gonna find out. And this is up, down, and OK. So the first thing I want to do is remove this right here. So that's that protection. And also I want to remove this right here. And take this off. Okay, so as you can see, here is the screen, the actual screen. And it's kind of bluish. You can see my camera right here. That's the reflection. Okay, so that's nice. So let's power it up. Okay, so before we head to our car, to my car I should say, we're gonna do a little bit of testing in here. Plug it in there. Plug that in there. And then let me turn off the lights. Wow, that looks nice. And then it does have an angular 90-degree connection, so that will go here. Oh, I didn't get a chance. Let me do that again. I want you to see the logo. Okay, so right there it's already recording, as you can see. So it's recording already. So right out of the box, it's ready to just install. Of course, I'm sure the date is wrong. If you look at the date, it says 2021, so that's the manufacturing date. So that's going to be incorrect. So let me pause it. To pause it, you press OK. That's paused. And now let's see what these buttons do. For example, this one, these lines. So that's actually the menu. And that's the secondary menu. So this right here, I think the M means mode. So right there, this is the, I believe that's the picture. Yeah, 10 megapixel mode. If we keep pressing it. Oh, I never seen this on a dash cam before. So, well, this is telling you that there's one file in there. Press it again. And you're back to, I believe, camera mode. I'm not sure. We got two modes. Yeah, this is camera mode. This is picture mode, and this tells you how many files are in there. Okay, so let's before we start doing any test, let's find out about the menu. So it is straightforward. You got resolution. That's how much you want to use up in every video clip. So it's best to keep it. Let's go in. So you got two options. You have the 720p and VGA. So I'll leave it at 720. Loop record. So this enables loop recording. No, I'm wrong. Okay, so let's do this. I think it's labeled. This should be called clip length. So I'll choose 1 minute. So let's keep going. Exposure. I've never been able to figure out what that is, so I'm gonna leave it alone at 0. Motion detection. You can turn it on and off. We're going to test that later. For now, I'm going to leave it at on. Record audio. That's if you want to activate the microphone. Yes, absolutely, you want to do that. The reason why you want to do that is because if you get into an accident, you want to read the license plate of the person that caused the accident, and you want that to get recorded, because sometimes these cameras will not be able to record license plates because they're not that good. So you want to read out the license plate and have that get recorded in audio. Date and time. Let's go in here. So this is the date stamp, so you can turn it on or off. I'll leave it on for now, just for demonstrations. Normally I would leave it off because sometimes these cameras, they go out of the time gets lost. So if you have the wrong time on a video clip, the police might say, oh, this is not from this event. So anyway, G sensor, we're gonna test it. We're gonna put it on high. That's the accelerometer. The parking monitor, let's see, I'm gonna leave it on, see what that does. And we're back to resolution. So let's continue. Let's press the M again. No, let's press these lines again. And here is the secondary menu. So we have screen save. We're gonna leave it at, I'm gonna leave it at 1 minute. So when you power on the car, it'll last 1 minute, turn on, and then it will automatically turn off. Now this right here is asking if you want to have the digital clock. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna power that on. I'm gonna leave that on. Frequency, this depends on where you live. I live in the US, so that's 60 Hz. If you live in Australia or Japan, depending what part of Japan you live in, that might be 50 Hz. So again, I'm in the West, in United States, so I'm gonna leave it at 60 Hz. So let's keep going. Beep sound, you can turn that on and off. I'm gonna leave it on. And you can hear it. Let's hear it. Let me get the camera close, because I don't think you can hear it. Okay, so that's very interesting. That's something new. I've never seen that on a camera, on a dash camera. So that was the beep sound. Languages, let's see what we have. Oh, we only have English, so that can be a problem if you're gonna give this away to somebody that doesn't speak English. Date and time, so let's set the date and time. So we are in 2022. Now let's set the month. So we are in month number 8, and today is the 4th. So let's look for day number 4. So the time is, so this is the 24-hour type. So the time right now is 15. Press enter. The minutes is 50. And I'm not going to worry about the seconds, and that's it. So let's go back out. So we have set the time and date. Format if you want to format the memory. So I'm going to say yes. So it takes 1 second to format the memory. And then default settings, if you want to return to default settings, I'm going to say cancel because I'm happy with the new settings that I've set right now. Version, that's the version. I don't really think you need to know that. And here is the FCC information. And that's it. Alright, so the next thing I want to show right here is the screensaver. So when the camera goes into screensaver mode, this is what you're going to see right there. I know you can't see it very well because it's dark, but that's it right there. So basically it's telling you the time and date. So my car only has time, so it's good to have this in my car because it'll tell me the date if you ever need to know that, instead of pulling out your phone. So the next thing I want to test is the park mode. Let's see if if I turn it off, we'll see if it'll wake it up. So to do that, you completely have to power down the camera. So you have to pull this out. So that's the same as turning off the engine. So it's powering down right there. And now let's give it a bump. So there we go. So it powers up. So let's do that again. Okay, so let's do that experiment again. So you are parked in the parking lot and you are away from your car, you're shopping, and then this other vehicle comes to your, backs up into your car and gives it a bump. So let's see if it'll wake it up. Bump. So there we go, it is recording. So that's basically what it does, the park mode. Every time a vehicle bumps into your car, it wakes up the camera and starts recording. So that's very interesting. So the next thing I want to do is test the motion detection. So motion detection is where you leave your camera, it's not recording. You leave your camera, it's not recording, but as soon as it detects motion, it starts recording, and it has to be a certain amount of motion. So the trees, the leaves on a tree moving will not activate it. So let's power it up. Okay, so right now it's automatically recording, but you can stop that. And then you need some motion. So let's look for some motion right here. So you're gonna see the numbers turn red when there's some motion. There we go. As you can see right there, they turned red. So let's do that again. Let me power it down. Let me stop it. Okay, so there we go. I stopped it. So now let's create some motion. There we go. So when the car moved, you see it automatically turn on. So it's recording. So let me stop it again. So I think we've seen everything as far as the settings go on this camera. So the next thing I want to do is go into my car and start recording, and we're going to see how it behaves in the real world. So let me power it down. Let me press right here. So let's go into my car. Okay folks, so here we are in my car, and here's the camera right here, and as you probably know, when you power on your car, it automatically starts recording, and when you power off your car, it automatically stops recording. So let's just go for a ride and let's see how it performs during the day. I'm not expecting anything unusual, but just to be correct, just to be politically correct, I'm gonna record during the day so that you can see how it looks during the day. But the real issue is at night. We're gonna have to find out when the sun sets. We're gonna have to find out how that looks at night. So let's go for a ride. So here we go. So I do have the AC running, but I do have it on number 1, the fan. So hopefully it won't interfere too much with the audio. And now let's see if we can read any signs. Right now we have a speed limit sign. Currently my speed is 30. See if we can read that. And let's carry on. Here we have another speed limit sign. And now we have the sign that says ahead. So there's a crosswalk right there. That's what the sign was all about. we already seen one of these, so I'm not going to worry about that one. So right now we have a sign there that has 2 arrows, left or right only. And now let's see if we can read this sign. It should say McKeever. License plate right here on this car. Let's just follow it for a while. Volkswagen, the logo, and then it says GMS 6585. So this one right here is all washed out, so the paint came off. But it says PZC142. Okay, so I think that's good enough. So I'm heading back home and we're gonna wait for the night and see what happens. GBJ6100 Lexus RX 330. Okay guys, so here we go. It is nighttime and we're going to check out how this camera performs during the night. So this neighborhood right here is very, very dark. So don't be surprised if you can't see anything right now, but as we move towards the light, it's going to get better. So right here we do have one lamp. And it is raining, so I'm gonna do that. Forgot what they're called. Wipers. So let me try to align the camera. Yeah, I think it's good right there. Nice and aligned. So here we have a stop right here. So that's lightning, that's not a malfunction, that's actually the lightning that's going on out there because it's raining and there's a little bit of a storm. Not a big storm, but a little one. Car that's coming this way. And it does get a little bit brighter over here. Here is the school right here, so it's a lot better over here. I don't know if it's obvious. And then it gets dark again. have a sign over here, 30 miles. Speed limit 30. Let's try to read that license plate. NVK3429. So I seriously doubt that we were able to read that license plate. Here's a bridge and it's not very illuminated, so this was a bad idea. So let's try to find a well-lit area. You should be able to see the guardrail on the right side. Below this bridge, there's 2 train tracks. That's where the train will go. And we are approaching an intersection right here, so we're going to take a right. And let's see if we can read that sign. It says Skywind Trace. Alright. And we are going to try to enter this area right here. So this one is slightly better lit, but it's not really that well lit. This is our tennis area for people that like to tennis. Not my cup of tea. Well, let's take a look over here. This is some sort of church, I think. No, it's not a church. So now let's see if we can read the same license plate. See if we can read that license plate. Let me dim the lights a bit. Okay, so let's go back home. Okay folks, so we have reached the end of this review. So my final feelings about this camera: it is a fair camera. It's not super high quality, but for less than $20 you can't really ask for much. So I would give it a 3 stars out of 5, because the quality was a little bit, the video quality wasn't that great, but the audio was kind of grainy. So on the plus side, it does have that clock. I wish it was a 12-hour clock and not a 24-hour clock, but oh well. And it has the date, so that's great. and the buttons were very easy to press, and everything was organized in there. So it did come with a free SIM SD card, I should say, not a SIM but a SD card, free memory, and that's great. Most of these cameras do not bring the memory. So for less than $20, yeah, it's a fairly good. You're definitely getting your money's worth. But overall, if we set price aside, I would give it a 3 stars out of 5. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and thumbs up.